Hi guys, in case yous are unawares, everybody has started their Black Friday sales from November 20th to November 30th. As long as things don't sell out, you can go get yourself some nice deals on some things that perhaps you've been waiting on. This year, there are some pretty good deals, like this DJI Mic Mini is $78. We'll get to that in a second. $78. DJI is actually putting a lot of stuff on pretty steep discounts. But let's start with some Sony cameras first. The Sony a7R5, which is my main photo camera, this thing is $900 off. It is currently on for $3,300 USD, down from $4,200. So that is a remarkable deal. If you want 61 megapixels and an 8K camera, there you go, $900 off. Now the A7CR, which has the same sensor, so you get those same 61 megapixels, that can't shoot 8K, but that is $200 off if you want a smaller form factor for traveling or some covert street photography. The A7 IV is not too far behind at $700 off. In the new world, the A7 IV costs $2,700, but today and for the Black Friday week, it's going to be $2,000. Now that is a really good price on an A7 IV. I have heard the rumors, just like everybody else, about an A7 V coming, but I highly doubt that even if that camera comes out, the A7 IV will ever be sold for less than $2,000 USD, looking at Sony's price history. But I don't know, maybe you want to wait for the A7 V, or maybe you want to jump on this deal right now. The more video-centric version of the A7 IV, the A7C II, is also a couple of $100 off. Smaller, lighter, better form factor for a lot of folks, and has that dynamic active stabilization because it has that AI chip in there. So that is a pretty good price on the A7C II. The FX3 is also a couple $100 off. It is quite an old camera at this point. However, it is still a lot of people's workhorse camera. The FX3 is still amazing. When it comes to APS-C cameras, the A6700 is on a rare sale, $100 off. The A6700, which I think is Sony's best overall camera when you look at the size, its capabilities, its price. It is Sony's best camera in terms of all of the features in a small body with a pretty big sensor, APS-C style sensor. So I think this is my #1 pick for the best value Sony camera that is going. The ZV-E10 Mark II, the camera you are looking at right now, is also $100 off. This is the cheapest way to get 10-bit color on the Sony cameras and get a really nice image. The same sensor as the FX30, so really high quality video on a budget. All of the main talking head videos that I do for this channel are on the ZV-E10 Mark II. Now the FX30, which is my other angle in the studio and the camera I use all the time for streaming, that is $300 off. That is such a workhorse of a video camera, and I can't recommend that highly enough if you're trying to shoot pro work or you're doing really long takes or you're in warm environments. I love the FX30. If you're on a budget and you're trying to do video, I still recommend the little ZV-E10 original. My little Dougie, he is my shorts camera over there. He's set up in the corner. I can't show you because he is currently working. Dougie has been working on this channel for 5 straight years. Love that camera. Still looks great. Still competes with the most expensive cameras on the market. If you're trying to get into doing video, social media content, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you want to do, the ZV-E10 can really get you going. And if you're more interested in photography but also want a good video camera, the A6400 is a good place to enter the market. It is of the older generation like the ZV-E10. However, it is still a fantastic photo camera. It is weather sealed, it is robust, it has an EVF, and you can still do great video. The A6400 still holds up today. For my tripod recommendations, overall, my favorite tripod, the one I use the most, is the Falcam Tree Root tripod. I love this ball head because you can just snap anything in there that is Arca Swiss. It doesn't just take the F38 plates, which I do have everywhere on my equipment, but it also takes any Arca Swiss plate that's not too gigantic, and it just snaps right in there. It has these quick release legs. Even though it's a twist lock, it's 1/3 of a turn. It's extremely sturdy. Couldn't recommend this highly enough. It is 20% off right now. I love the Falcam Tree Root. But if you want most of the functionality of the Tree Root in a lighter, cheaper package, the Tree Root Lite is the way to go. It still has those 1/3 of a turn twist locks, but the head, as you can see here, is just an F38 head. So you must have an F38 quick release plate to use this particular tripod. And it doesn't have a separate mode for panning on the head. You have to use just one little ball head here when it comes to making your adjustments. So if you wanted to lock it off and do a panning shot, let's say, of a landscape, then you'd be much better off with the original tree root because you can't do it on the light. But overall, this has been a fantastic tripod, and if you don't need the panning function and you don't mind the fact that it has an f/38 plate only, then you can save yourself a lot of money and some weight. Now, if weight savings is your ultimate goal with a good tripod, I recommend the Ulanzi and Coleman, the 0Y or the f/38, because they're the same tripod, but they just have a different head. The 0Y has a regular Arca Swiss twist head, and the f/38 has that quick release f/38 system. But really great tripod. I've been using it for years, both the 0Y and the f/38. So small and light. If I'm ever traveling, I grab one of these two, the 0 f/38 or the 0Y, and I take it with me traveling because it is so small and light and compact. I can throw it in my carry-on. I can put it in any kind of suitcase. It weighs a lot less than the tree root tripod. Even though the tree root is not heavy, this thing is like 2 pounds. And of course, the entire Ulanzi website is on sale, and since Falcam is their sister company, it's owned by the same parent group, you will see all of the Falcam f/38 things on sale. I have backpack clips, I have base plates, I have things everywhere f/38. Couldn't recommend it more highly, and it definitely won't break the bank. It has made my shooting so much easier to have those quick release plates on all of my gear. And they don't just make f/38 plates and tripods, they make lights, they make accessories, they have so much stuff. Like, look at this cute little adorable thing. This is for my Mac Mini, and it's got all these ports. It also has an SSD enclosure, and then you can attach it to your Mac Mini, which I am going to do. I love this thing. Now, if you need a good video tripod, something with a panning and tilting head and can also handle bigger setups, let's say you have bigger cameras, bigger monitors, then I would recommend these Potato Jet tripods. The Tribex SE is new and cheaper. This is only $320, I believe, right now. And then you have the original, which has some more bells and whistles, and this is also on sale. So if you've been looking at one of these two tripods, waiting for a sale, here it is. Those of you on a budget for video, I would recommend another tripod from SmallRig. This is the AD01. I've used this for years and years. Not quite as run and gun portable as the Potato Jet tripods, but really good and sturdy and not very much money. I think it's $111 or something right now. So if you need something solid that won't break the bank, the SmallRig AD01. With wireless microphones, these two little bestsellers are on crazy deals right now. The Hollyland Lark M2 and the DJI Mic Mini. DJI Mic Mini $78. The Hollyland Lark M2 is $79. And I mean, that's the whole kit with the charging case and the two receivers and the transmitter. $78, $79. Now, which one do you choose? If you have any DJI products or plan to have any DJI products, then get the DJI Mic Mini. It also can house everything in this little case, the wind muffs as well as the cord. I do like that, but I do find on my channel, people generally prefer the Hollyland Lark M2 if they don't have DJI products. It's just a little smaller and thinner and a little more straightforward to use. So the Hollyland Lark M2 is what I would suggest if you don't have DJI products. If you do, definitely get the Mini because you can do the wireless connection to your DJI devices. Now, if you are only using your phone, you might as well go with an even cheaper mic that can do the job. These two sound really good and they cost about $30. This one here is from Ulanzi, and look at that. It has a little charging meter on the front. I love that. And this particular one is cool because it comes with black and white. You see that? So you have the two transmitters in different colors, and depending on the color of your clothing, you can make them more discreet. Now, you can order ones in just the one mono color, but still, I think that is a really cool idea. Maybe I'll want to wear a white shirt one day, or I'll stick it on some bride. Boom, you hit it right there on our white dress. Should she be wearing white? I doubt it. And the other one is the Hollyland Lark A1. This also sounds really great, absurdly good for the price. Now, if you want a fully featured wireless microphone, I think you should do the Hollyland Lark Max 2. It comes with so many things in the case: monitors for your ears. So for your ears where you hear, but these things are wireless. They connect immediately to the Hollyland Lark Max 2. It has everything you need inside, and you can have a little adapter so that you don't need the 3.5 millimeter cord and go right into the hot shoe of a Sony camera. They are so small and light. Look at that right there. Can you see that? There it is in focus. The transmitters are so tiny, and these things are 32-bit float internal recording. So that is great. You just get everything you need with these Hollyland Lark Max 2, and you can actually use an adapter that comes with the kit if you want to plug in a 3.5 millimeter lavalier, which also comes with the kit. And this thing, even though it's quite new, is on sale. So this would be my recommendation for a fully featured mic. My other recommendation would be the DJI Mic 2, not the new Mic 3, because that's not on sale, first of all. And secondly, you can't plug in a 3.5 millimeter lavalier. So if you're going to get a DJI mic, let's say you have DJI products, get the DJI Mic 2, in my not so humble opinion, so that you can use your 3.5 millimeter cable, or if you don't have any DJI products, the Hollyland Lark Max 2. As I mentioned, DJI has a lot of stuff on sale right now. If you're looking for a Pocket 3, it is finally at a price that is fairly affordable relative to what it's been lately. Their Action 5, Action Pro on sale. Their 360 camera is on sale. Now, Insta360, they won't be outdone either. They have a lot of their stuff on sale. Their newest Ace Pro, they have their X5 360 camera as well as the X4. So if you want some action type cams or that DJI Pocket Osmo, today is a good day to get them. Mini flashes. If you've been watching the channel lately, you know that I am all about mini flashes. I love them. They're small, they're compact, they're so great. These ones from Godox here, the IT30. This one right here is actually the IT22. It is a TTL flash. So this has automatic modes, so it will determine the power of the flash based on your camera's settings. Normally flashes this big are manual only, but this guy, the IT22 and the IT20, have TTL as well. That is so great. Always carry a mini flash in your bag. These are always quite cheap, and now with the Black Friday sales, they're even cheaper. Now, when it comes to lenses, there are a boatload of great lenses on sale. My two favorite companies going right now are Viltrox and Meike, and they are both putting almost every lens on sale about 20% off. So if you need really small lenses for your APS-C or full frame cameras, the Viltrox Air series is the way to go. Look at the size of this one. This is a 35 millimeter 1.7. This is an APS-C lens. They have a bunch for full frame, all this size, a bunch for APS-C, all this size. They're all under $200. Most of the APS-C ones are under $150 today, so I will list those all down below. Meike is the other company with really high quality, great value, full frame and APS-C lenses. These two right here, we have a 35 millimeter full frame lens and we have a 33 millimeter 1.4 APS-C lens. So a lot of these Meike lenses are a little bit bigger than the Viltrox Air series, but they often go down to lower apertures like this 1.4, or if they're full frame lenses, then you're getting 1.8, and they're often cheaper than the Viltrox full frame lenses. But like I said, Viltrox has everything on sale, including their flagship Lab series if you want the 135, which absolutely blows me away. The 35mm f1.2, that is also on sale, as well as their Pro line, the 85 1.4, which is the best overall 85mm 1.4 for the price that you can buy, certainly in my opinion. But they also just released that Evo 85mm f2, and they put that on sale. That really surprised me. That just came out. It's so small and cute. It's my favorite lens that I have reviewed this year because of its size and its ability. Now, in terms of first party, Sony is doing that thing where they put their 3 APS-C lenses on sale: the 11, the 10 to 20 f4, and the 15mm f1.4 that you are looking at right now. Those are all on sale. The 15 and the 10 to 20 is $100 off. This 11 is $50 off. Now, Yongnuo has an 11, I think is on for $260, so about half the price of the Sony 11 with about 90% of the quality. If you're out there bargain hunting, the Yongnuo 11mm. Yongnuo also has a 16mm f1.8 on sale today. So if you want to do a talking headshot like this, you don't want to pay those Sony premium prices, then the Yongnuo lens may do you well. Viltrox has a 15mm f1.7. That's another great candidate for this. I should do a whole video on lenses. I'm going to do a whole video on my lens recommendations, but check the links below for everything. Sony also has a pile of their G Master lenses on sale for about $100 off and their regular lenses for about $100 off. I will list those down there. Now, don't forget to stock up on the not so sexy items like SD cards, CF Express cards, light stands, mic poles, SSD drives for editing, headphones you need for editing, all of the gear that you need to do to get your work done. Days like today are great days to go fill those coffers of the things you need. So make sure you're subscribed so you get my community posts. I will continually update things as they become available. Of course, everything is going to be affiliate links to help make me stinking rich. I appreciate you watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.